Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Join me as I make a fascinator as I talk about some of the emotional stages of relocation. Hi, if this is your first time here, you're welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, you are the real MVP, like I always say. Thank you for coming back. You should consider subscribing and maybe just going through my channel. You could find one or two videos that might interest you and you would learn something from. This is a community where we learn and share stuff with each other. So yeah, that being said, so today let's talk about some of the emotions of relocation. I find that oftentimes people don't really talk about the emotional aspect of just leaving your country or leaving your comfort zone and starting life fresh. And that is what we're going to talk about today. But before we go on, so you guys know that they just upgraded me to an iPhone 15. And that means that the mic I used to use, I can no longer use it with this phone. And I didn't realize, I didn't know that the mic couldn't fit. I don't know why I didn't think about it. Let's get back into the video. So normally when you're in the process of leaving or in the process of starting something new, there's usually this excitement about the future that you see and what you hope to achieve at the end of the day, which is very, very okay. Like, it is all right. In fact, I feel like if you don't have those sort of excitement and feelings, then maybe you don't have a good vision or a picture or a good idea of what you plan to achieve, or there's no good basis or reason as to why you're taking the decision, right? And it's okay. But I find that online, when people talk about things like this and give advice, they don't talk about the things in details. Like, people just come on and they talk about general stuff that everybody knows and not necessarily what everybody is going through. This is what I mean. When you start up your application, you're excited, you're happy, and then there's this feeling of waiting for a final decision. And then when you get your PPR or you're ready for visa mail, the excitement, like this, just it's over the roof, because you're feeling so excited. Like, it feels like an accomplishment, and it is, because when you start the journey, when you start the immigration journey, getting the visa or getting the passport is the end of that particular phase, right? That, because there are phases to these things, that's the end of that particular phase. And then you start getting prepared and ready to leave your comfort zone or your home country to start life afresh. Like I say, to take that leap of faith, and then you up and leave. For some people, they are doing beautifully well in their careers, excelling. They are moving on very amazingly. The trajectory of their career is moving as should. There's no hiccup. They don't have, like, the issue they have or the reason they want to leave their home countries isn't necessarily their career. It might just be the state of the country and how things are progressing, and it's not seeming like there's any headway and all of that, and they just want a better life for themselves, their unborn children, and all of that. Is a couple of reasons, a lot of reasons, to be honest. And then the day for your trip, for someone like me, it was very emotional. Maybe I would insert a picture here, a video, because my husband did an amazing job taking pictures that I did not send him, but I appreciate it now, to be honest. I wept, like, I cried. I'm leaving all that I know to move to this new country. And yes, we had people here waiting for us to we had people here waiting for us, accommodate us, house us. Legit made us feel very, very welcome. Do you get? So it wasn't like I was coming, I did not have anybody. I had people, but still, on that day, it just dawned on me. Like, on that morning, I'm like, this is it, man. Like, everything I once knew is now going to be like my past. Like, it's not going to be like when I was living in Nigeria. That now I now talk about Nigeria in past tense, and I talk about the life that I've known for the past, basically all my life, right? To come and start afresh, connections, contacts, and all of that. And then when you land, it now feels it's a different feeling. It's this feeling of happiness, joy, like, oh more finally I like, this is me, this is life now. I made it. The journey of, you know, the applications, all the long forms, the funding and everything, saving, the mental stress, the prayers and all of that. This is the result. Like, it feels like you have your result and it's something you are proud of. So then you come in, and for some people, the first month feels like a vacation, which it is for some people. For overthinkers, it never feels like a vacation because even before you leave home, you're already thinking of one more, what's next, job and all of that. And then after the vacation phase goes off, reality sets in. The bills start coming, and you know, all of this stuff. And then you know, fully understand and realize that, see, this is home now, right? This isn't a vacation anymore. This is the new you. This is life now. So it now, and that is another phase. You now start adjusting to the fact that, listen, you're not on vacation. This is actually where you live now, and you have to set things in motion to make sure that you are comfortable, you're able to pay your bills, and you're not, you know, maybe regretting your decision of moving and all of that. Now it is that now in that reality phase that, you know, a lot of people wish they had more information, you know, and all of that stuff, to be honest. And just before I go on, this video is not to discourage anyone from making a move or taking a leap of faith. No, far from it. I'll be the last person that would, you know, come on here to say, oh, don't leave, don't this. For where I am coming from, I still have people there, so I'm sort of in touch with what's going on and how things are progressing. And I say it, if you have an opportunity, leave, and you know, just with the right plan in motion and with the right information. I kind of feel like that is where a lot of people get it wrong, not having enough information. And then you now have to, you know, start doing stuff and all of that. Now that is where a lot of emotions come up, a lot of things just come up. It is at that point that sometimes even people make decisions, say things that they really don't mean and all of that. And to be honest, that phase is hard. And the phase I'm talking about is the phase where, for me, I'll use myself as an example because it's what I feel. So I talk about things from my perspective, from my eyes, right? For me, my career in Nigeria was beautiful. I could see, I knew my career trajectory. I could see it moving forward. And the company I worked for, a very amazing company, just like every other organization, there were people there that felt like they were the, you know, gods, the gods over people's career and all of that, which I think is normal in all organizations. But as an organization, where I worked in was very good. Where I'm working now is still, you know, a great organization and stuff. However, what I am doing now isn't what I was doing back home. And that is one thing that really throws people off in all of this immigration and settling in journey, right? Because when you come into a new country, in most cases in some cases, there are certifications that are needed for you to practice in some areas. I've been in the banking industry for way over 7 years. And coming into this country, I hear that even for me to be able to do like a personal banker or a business banker, I don't know how to explain it. In the former bank where in my former place of work, that's what they call it, personal banker. Like not a sales agent. I'm talking about like the guys that are account officers. Yeah. For you to do that, aside to your degree and all of that, you have to get a particular certification. And that is because you also sell investment opportunities to clients, and you have to be certified to sell those investment opportunities. If not, you won't be hired and all of that. Or even if you're hired, you have a certain period for you to pass through that to get the certifications. Otherwise, you might lose your employment and stuff like that. Now, coming from the kind of country where I come from, I know that certifications are very relevant in the work industry, but some kind of certifications, right? And because you are not in your home country, education wasn't done here and all of that, people tend to second guess your ability to do things, and that is normal. If you have an organization, if you're a hiring manager, you don't want someone on your team that cannot deliver. And the only conviction that most of these people have, because they necessarily do not know where you're coming from, they don't know what your home country is like, they don't know what the culture in your home country is like, so they sort of doubt, and some of the things that gets you to the front of the hiring manager are the contents of your CV. And one of the major things that also makes way for you is the certification, the relevant certifications, and how you tailor your CV to suit. An example is, the last role I did in the financial institution before I left was business analysis, right? But I'd also gone through customer care, I'd also gone through control and audit, I'd also gone through operations lead. Like I was in, the role I did was sort of a major operation role, right? So if I look at job roles in the financial institution, I can fit into at least, I doubt there's actually any job role I can't fit into, maybe except investment banking, because I never really dabbled into investment banking in the bank, right? But still, I just can't come in here and practice. I have to get certifications. And now I feel like this is the part that people don't talk about, especially when they come in and talk about all the gloriousness of moving, settling in, and making dollars and doing all of that. Like I say, don't get me wrong, I am not saying you shouldn't come in, and I'm not saying that it is difficult, but also I am here to say the truth. It is not easy. And when I say it is not easy, it is not to scare you, it's just to prepare your mind on the kind of things to expect. For some people, there are always outliers to every case, to every situation. For some people, when they come in, they land the dream job in 1 month. Some people land the dream job in 2 weeks. Some people even before. I know of people that landed their dream jobs even before they came into the country. It is possible, but rare. And yes, with the grace and mercy of God, everything abound. Now, back to me. Of course, if you don't know, my name is Vivian, aka Yahweh's favorite daughter. And with that in mind, I'm like, I've seen a lot of trial and tribulations. This one is just a walk in the park. There's no way I'm not going to get what I want in a few months. And that was me talking from the bragging angle of, look, I see me, see God. You can't try that thing with me. I am too blessed to be stressed and all, right? But sometimes some things just happen and you're wondering, like, maybe this thing they happen to, and all. And to be honest, that is where I am at the moment. Am I thriving? Yes, I am. Am I enjoying? Yes, I am. Am I broke? No, I am not. But when I compare where I am now and where I would have been if I was home, when I say where I would have been, I'm talking about career-wise, which is better. Maybe the positions I held in Nigeria, or that I would currently be doing back home, would definitely be better. And is it going to be better? Of course it will be better. I don't even doubt that one bit, right? But what I am here to tell you is, when people come online, and talk about how just to move, sell all your property, just to be going, you get a job, no matter the job you get, it's going to be this, it's going to be that. Let's not also forget the emotional part of things, right? And when I say the emotional part of things is, I read somewhere about a guy that used to be a big shot, be a manager in an organization, and when he moved, changed countries or relocated, he resorted to doing customer care jobs just to, pay his bills and stuff. And in a bit of doing those kind of jobs, now this is not the guy's case, so I'm continuing my train of thought of doing those kind of jobs, right? You can get carried away and you don't even have the right, and you don't even have enough time to actually apply for the job, right? And you're just doing this job that you got and getting carried away, and before you know, time is going, time is ticking. Soon you now get comfortable in that place where you are, and it is really not what you want. That in itself is very, very frustrating. This thing I'm saying is not to scare you, but just think about it from a very logical point of view and then understand where I'm coming from. It is very, very frustrating. So for this particular video, the take home is, don't, like, I know that people like to sell the idea of, when you come in, just come in first, everything will sort itself out. No, there is no just coming in leaving your country. There's no just coming in taking great career change or life changing decisions. There's no just coming in. You should have a plan in motion and know what to expect. Life in itself isn't a walk in the park. It is for some people, and it is for some people. No, why am I saying it's not a walk in the park? It is for some people. For someone like Dangote's daughter, now life is going to be a walk in the park, because no matter where she goes to, she would have the kind of connect relevant for her to excel or those kind of things. But if you know that your name is not that long, then just come, like plan ahead and just be prepared for these phases of the relocation journey, and don't be discouraged. I know that right now I don't have the evidence to show that things will work out and all of that, but it will. Me, I know it. Like, even if I don't know it for any reason, I know it simply for the fact that I am a child of God and I am Yahweh's favorite daughter. So there is no way it will not work out. Do you get? But still in that waiting period, it is difficult, and sometimes you just want it to be over so that you can just get your life back and go back to doing what you were doing. Like, maybe I would have just stayed at home if I knew that this thing was going to take this while. By now, just maybe I would have done this, I would have done this. Like, what I'm saying is, having those thoughts doesn't make you a bad person. Having those thoughts doesn't mean that you're ungrateful. You're human, and it's only normal that you would have those kind of thought processes from time to time, especially when the things that you were hoping to achieve or the narrative that you were sold isn't exactly what you were seeing, right? So it is very, very okay for such things to happen, and don't beat yourself up, don't blame yourself. It's just one of those things. And there are most people that come online to just in a bit to glorify how things are for them. Some people, it is true, but don't put yourself under the pressure of those people that come online and say, I got a house in 1 year, and then you not be using that to benchmark yourself and be saying, my friend that traveled got a house in 1 year. My friend, listen, everybody's path and destiny is not the same. As we go on, I would share my success story. I would carry you guys along on how things are progressing and stuff. But just so you know, having an open mind towards things is okay. And it is okay to want more. It is okay to want even better than what you had before you left your home country. It is very okay. I am in that place now where I left something really great back home. And am I going to get something greater? Yes, I know. But now this is like a teething period. I wish that I knew some things that I know now just before I left. Or maybe I knew them and I just didn't take them serious, or I didn't pay so much attention to them, to be honest. But I just, wish I knew some things. And really, whether I knew those things or not, I do not know if it would have made a difference, because our life is already orchestrated by God, and He knows really how everything is going to play out. Even this video I'm making now, I'm sure that God already knew that I was going to make this video on today's date. That is 13th of February. But still, as a human being, you want things, you hope for things to go your way because you're human. And I think it is very normal. Being a believer or trusting doesn't take away your flesh, doesn't stop you from being human. But how you now act towards these things is what determines, or what goes on to tell the kind of person you are and your belief system and all of that. So yeah, this is me. This is probably one of my most vulnerable videos at this point, and more of this to come. I feel like the truth has to be told, right? People have to have real expectations. That's basically the reason for this video. And it's just about be honest. Don't come out and talk about how the moment I landed I got a job, as if like it's that easy. Globally right now, the career world is undergoing some kind of shift that is very wild, to be honest. The world is going digital, right? And as well as the world going digital, a lot of things are happening. There is recession going up and down. I stand to be corrected, please. if it's not recession, you can correct me in the comment section. But a lot of things are happening, hence a lot of changes in the career world, and all of that. Even people are saying it, that things aren't the way they used to be, and that's true. If you talk to people that came into this country just before and after COVID, you're going to get like a totally different reaction. It's okay, like my people say, onion and kaya, each with his own. Yes, each with his own. So different things and all of that. But yeah, this video is just to encourage someone, not to discourage you. More about, before you take that step, just have real expectations. Don't think that the moment you land from the airport, there's a job with your name waiting for it. No. The same way you look for a job back home, the same way you look for opportunities in your home country, it's the same way you're doing it here. And in this case, it's tougher because there's really nothing for them to fall back on. There is no information except word of mouth, except for what you say, how you present yourself, and how you're able to convince people that you can deliver on what you say you can deliver on. Do you get? So that's just it. Going forward, I really want to share my a lot of updates with you guys, and how things are going for me, especially in the career world, because before I left Nigeria, I had other things that I wanted to achieve as an individual. And now, adding all of that with the search for the job is a lot, because I don't know for people, but like in this country where I am, searching for a job is a full-time job on its own. Going for interviews, getting rejections for jobs that you're overqualified for. That's a conversation for another day. But in all of it, you just know that there's a reason you made the decision to up and leave, and just based on that, you won't stop. You can't stop. You get? So you just keep pushing until you achieve what you hope to achieve. And yeah, that's it for today. I'll probably put the picture of this fascinator somewhere at the end of this video, because I don't know what's really happening now. So at this point, I'd say thank you so much for sticking with me to this time. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead to subscribe. Please click the like button. Please share. Please comment. You can just drop your comment in the comment section. It could be changes that you've experienced, things that you saw, how you coped, as a new immigrant, navigating the career industry, trying to get jobs and all of that, because I feel like that's the major thing. When you move to a new country, once you're able to secure the career aspect, every other thing flows, really and truly, because you need money for a lot of things. Because when you move, you're at the point of, oh, do I continue my career path? Do I switch it? What do I do? And for some people that are coming from different parts of the world, what you used to do in this part of the world could have been automated. So if it was back home and it was automated, you'd be out of job. So now, how do you move your transferable skills to and be relevant in this part of the world, and fit yourself into a career path that would help you and all of that? It's, to be honest, it's a whole lot of emotions, but this is really what happens after the honeymoon stage. And I am here to give it to you just as it is. And that's why I'm doing this, giving out this information to those that care to listen and think it will be relevant to them. Please come, but do it informed. Don't just up and leave. Do it informed, do it ready, and get yourself equipped with the right things to help you navigate and thrive in this part of the world. Yeah, I hope you really enjoyed this. If you watched up to this point, you're the real MVP. Thank you. Please like, please share, please subscribe, please comment. I'll be coming your way again next week with more exciting content, more realistic content. Yes, realistic. Let's go real. Let's stop all this sugarcoating of things and say things just as they are, while encouraging my fellow brothers and sisters. And I pray that your dreams come true. Have an amazing week, guys.